Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, what do we have here? Last night actually, I made a video featuring another video, actually two videos, with a journalist who was forcefully removed by armed guards in Antony Blinken's last press conference. And he tried to ask a question and he was removed by 3 armed guards with pistols, and 2 more were over there waiting to take him in custody. That shows the level of American freedom of the press, if you have any doubts regarding that. The thing is, this kind of incidents, and this is what this video all about, is to show you that this kind of incidents are not shown in the Western media or in certain kind of media like BBC, or let's say, and I'm not saying this was not shown there, but it was not shown whatsoever in Ukrainian media. And why is that? It's because these guys want to portray the American dream as being dead and gone. No, because they try to shape opinion. What do I have here? I have another journalist, and this journalist from the Grayzone confronts Blinken at his final press conference. I have another video to see how he is escorted from the room, and his name is Max Blumenthal. I'm familiar with Max Blumenthal for a long time. One time I think he interviewed, if I remember correctly, was he the one? I think so, David Irwin. So that was one of my first encounters, visual encounters with Mr. Max Blumenthal. I like him, and I think he's a very good asset for our community, let's put it in that way. So I'm going to show you a video here where Max Blumenthal is going to make some statements directed to his fellow Jewish guy, Mr. Antony Blinken, our foreign minister or secretary of state. And Max Blumenthal, I think he's Jewish. I don't have to think, but nevertheless, I'll let you be the judge of that. Not that it matters, but my point is what Mr. Max Blumenthal says or blames Blinken for, I think it's accurate. That's one. The other one, I will show you how Trump treated the media versus how these guys, the tyrants nowadays, treat the media. And they say that Trump is a tyrant. Remember Tim Acosta, the imbecile from CNN? The rude imbecile from CNN. Why imbecile? He was not very fast just to start with, but he was very, very rude. Remember that video when Trump told him, sit down, done, and he keeps talking. He was never removed. Never removed. That's actually the point of this video, to show you how if you ask the wrong question and you're the wrong guy, you get a treatment, and if you are asking the right questions to the right guy, you're treated differently. So this is from Russia Today, obviously. Watch Grayzone editor confront quote-unquote Zionist Blinken at final press conference. The US Secretary of State has allowed, and I'm quoting, the Holocaust of our time, end quote, Max Blumenthal said before being removed. So this is Blinkenstein, and this is another weasel, if you know this guy. It's just a piece of Matt Miller. He is the press secretary. Really, really bad person, I think. And here is the video I will play for you. Now, keep in mind that if this would have happened, this incident would have happened 20 years ago, the media could have made whatever they wanted out of this. Like Max Blumenthal was rude, was threatening, was doing whatever they want, and you couldn't verify. Why? Because they didn't have cell phones at that time to videotape all this, which Max Blumenthal did. So there's no doubt that he was civilized, but he said certain things that are uncomfortable. Why? Because they're true. All right, let's see this video. Let's watch this video. All right, let's make it bigger. Bigger is better, right? Sometimes.
300 reporters in Gaza were on the receiving end of your bombs. Why did you keep the bombs flowing when we had a deal in May? We all knew we had a deal. Everyone in this room knows we had a deal, Tony, and you kept the bombs flowing. Why did you sacrifice the rules-based order on the mantle of your commitment to Zionism? Why did you allow my friends to be massacred? Why did you allow my friends' homes in Gaza to be destroyed when we had a deal in May? You helped destroy our religion, Judaism, by associating it with fascism. You waved the white flag before Netanyahu.
We'll have the time to take questions at the end.
You waved the white flag before Israeli fascism.
We'll have the time to take questions
Your
at the end.
father-in-law was an Israel lobbyist. Your grandfather was an Israel lobbyist. Are you compromised by Israel? Why did you allow the Holocaust of our time to happen? How does it feel to have your legacy be genocide? How does it feel to have your legacy be genocide? You too, Matt. You smirk through the whole thing every day. You smirk through a genocide.
Thank you.
All right, I want to show you here the guy recording using his camera. He is the guy who's going to be removed right here in the center, right, this guy. So this guy is going to be the one that's going to be soon after this removed, this guy right here, in this article from Russia Today. This is the guy removed. I made that. I covered this in this video. So, was what Max Blumenthal said wrong? Incorrect? I don't think so. Was he removed because why? He would be allowed to ask questions at the end. That's incorrect, because the other guy, the other journalist, and his name is Sam Husseini, was removed because he was not allowed to ask questions, because if they don't point their finger, you're not going to ask the questions. The thing is, go and watch this again, and you're going to see Antony Blinken when Blumenthal is talking, he's looking to the left, trying to signal, get the guy out. Like in SS, not SS, what are the other guys that these guys made us, the German police, secret police, what was that? All right, I can't name it, but you know what I'm talking about. So, my friends, this is the level of our freedom of the press. Why? Because telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And let me show you this article coming from the Daily Beast. No, I'm not going to get anything from you. You don't deserve anything, but all right. CNN plots to bury the anchor Trump hates most. No, this was not a very intelligent, according to my assessment as a free individual. He was not very intelligent by his questions. He was just rude and very loud. If you don't remember this, Tim Acosta from CNN, he was a rude guy. He was not removed like the other two were removed from Trump's press conferences. I wonder why, and who's the tyrant? Remember, they told us once Trump is going to be elected, he's just going to close the how do you call it? He will suspend the Constitution, the U.S. Congress. He's going to be a dictator and all that. Nothing happened like that. Not that he was not allowed to. Nothing happened. I'm not going to okay scenarios. Nothing happened. Everything this guy said about, oh, Trump is going to be like this, Trump is going to be, before the first elections, the second election, the third elections, didn't happen. So why would you trust this guy again? They should go bankrupt. And why do you think they buried the blah 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 with Acosta? Because right now I think Mr. Trump is going to be given a little ball to play with. Just look at the media, how they behaved in the past 4 months during these elections. And look at where the athletes or the how do you call it, personalities shut their mouth. The actors, the baboons, were not really saying, oh, this. Sometimes they said, yeah, he's a fascist, he's a Hitler, he's that. But then the Democrats unanimously confirmed Donald Trump's election results. After a few weeks before the elections, they called some of them that he's a new Nazi, he's a, how do you call it, fascist, he's Adolf. But they all went and said, hey, why? I think Donald Trump. Yes, okay, you are selected. Now you are allowed to run. And these guys confirm and validate the system by voting using the, as I always do, and say, the electronic voting machines. So my friends, that's the treatment. Does it sound like America? I haven't seen this in Russia. But hey, you can say, well, they don't allow those guys to show up in the first place. I watch a lot of press conferences when Putin speaks, And I hear people who are very rude asking Putin questions. You know, it's a difference between asking a question and pressing it and being rude about it, disrespectful. He's the president of the state. You are a journalist, okay? Your role as a journalist is to find out what happened, ask questions in order to figure out things, not to be rude. I mean, you can, but so can I, assess your behavior. Now, Ukrainians, have you seen any like this on the Ukrainian media? I regularly read, not regularly, every day, once or twice a day, I read Ukrainska Pravda, New Voice of Ukraine, Ukrinform, the Kiev Independent. These are the four that I go over, daily. I haven't seen anything like this. Nothing. Why? They portray this mirage as they did in Romania after 1989, the revolution. The same mirage. Oh, these guys don't do anything. They are the best. They are the best, but it's not up to the standards they claim to be. Much lower. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.